state building.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Josh Martinez with Z100, New York's #1 hit music station, with our guest, Harper Zilmer.
Yes.
Now, I have to over-enunciate your name.
Yes, it's a little hard.
But-
But the last name's hard.
It's not that, it's the New York City accent.
Oh.
So to me, you're Harper Zilmer, but that's not a person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Habazoma. I
Exactly.
like that. I kind of like that, though. I low-key like Habazoma.
You know what? That could be the alias.
It could. It could. I like that a lot.
That could be the idea for the next music video if there's some sort of like two alter egos.
Something like that. No, I like
Harper is the edgy girl, and then Harper is the nice girl.
that. Nice girl. Exactly. So right now I'm Harper. And then like maybe the next music video, Harper.
Exactly.
I don't know how to say it, but like, you know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So you do have a music video out right now that came out literally today as we're recording this.
Yes. I think 10 a.m., 9 a.m.,
Yeah.
something like that. Mhm.
Let's talk about it. What was the idea behind the video?
So really, I've loved music ever since I was a kid. Like I've always listened to music. I love Ariana Grande. She's like my biggest inspiration, and I've always wanted to be like her. So I was like, you know what? I want to start recording songs, and I've always sang my whole life. I'm always singing no matter what. And so my mom was like, you know what? We should start like doing voice lessons, doing all this. And then when I decided to go, you know, like get viral somehow. I don't really know how I did it, but I did. We started recording music and I started singing. And then finally people were like, you know what, you should start singing and recording songs. And I finally did. And now here we are. So yeah.
So the single is out now. Also, the song is
Yes.
on every streaming platform, including the free iHeartRadio app. What was the songwriting process like for this song in particular? Because it seemed pretty heavy.
Yeah, so I did not write it all by myself. I had two writers, Chase and Pape. They are the best people ever. Since this was my first song, I didn't, write it all myself, so I did have some help. But really, we kind of just thought through what's most relatable for kids my age or, older people. And we were like, you know what, a breakup song, a heartbreak song. And we were like, you know what, let's do that. So a few months go by, we're writing it, and finally we start, recording the song, and we're like, this might be a good hit. So yeah.
Obviously, you're pretty big on social media.
Thank
You
you,
have a
thank
huge
you.
following, over 7 million on TikTok, over 1 million on Instagram, over 2 million subscribers on YouTube. I studied this, girl.
Wow,
right?
wow, you're ready.
I'm on it when it comes to these
Yes.
numbers. Was there a particular moment where you were like, oh, like this is a different type of level of fame?
When I found out, so I've always loved Alex Earl. I don't know if you know her.
Everyone knows Alex Earl.
Yeah, everybody knows her. I have always loved her, and when I realized, I looked at her following one time. It was like a few days ago, and I was like, wait, why do we have the same amount of followers? I was like, holy crap, this is insane. I was like, no way, me and Alex Earl, the one person I always look up to, the one person that really was like an inspiration to start my YouTube, or my channel, all of that, I have more followers than, or I have I don't know how many followers I have, but
It's comparable.
it's like around the same, which is insane to me. So yeah.
So when it comes to a lot of the videos that you post, obviously there's a lot of work that goes behind it. It's very strategic, very thought out. What is one thing about creating content that you think most people don't know about?
I have a lot of fun doing it. I feel like a lot of people are like, I feel like she doesn't have fun doing it. She's just doing this, to make content. But I really have a lot of fun doing it. I have a podcast on YouTube and stuff, and I record it, like, I would say 3 times a week. But I love doing it. I laugh all the time doing it. And I honestly, ever since I was little, I've always wanted to become a content creator. And now that my dreams are coming true, yes, you have to put in hard work and stuff, but also it's like my dreams are really coming true as I'm living. So I feel like people don't know that about me. So yeah.
So when it comes to the podcast, we can shift gears a little bit. How did you get involved with the whole crew?
Yeah, so I got viral on TikTok, and they were like, they saw me and they DM'd me on Instagram, and they're like, hey Harper, we live in Texas, we don't know where you live. We would love to collab with you, start doing videos with you. And I was like, oh my gosh, that'll be so cool, because I've always watched them when I was younger. And so, by the way, I do the podcast with them now. So for about a year, let me tell you about this. So we were like, where do y'all live? And they were like, we live here. And they happened to be 7 minutes down the road where I lived.
And you never knew that?
Never knew it at all. And so we were all like, oh my gosh, this is insane. So we go to their house, we drive. It's like a 7-minute drive. And we get there, and we're just talking about everything. And we were like, we should start a podcast. Like one day we were just like, we should start a podcast. And for the first 2 weeks, it did terrible. We were like, this is not going to do good. Like, this is going to be terrible. And then it started charting on Spotify, and For I would say a few hours, we were the top podcast in the whole world on Spotify. So yeah, that was probably like one of the like top moments of like my whole career. So yeah.
So it's the LOL podcast.
LOL podcast.
LOL
yes.
podcast. So you were just in New York recently for a show. How often do you try to get to New York City, or have you been to New York City?
So I've been 4 times. One, I performed in the Macy's Day Parade when I was in freshman year. I still do normal school. I'm still in like, normal public school. So it's kind of hard with the podcast and everything, but I do cheer for that. So I went 1 year for the Macy's Day Parade. The second time I did, where was I? I think it was the podcast, and then this is the third time. So 3 times, not 4.
So you mentioned going to public school. Let's be real.
Yeah.
There's haters everywhere.
Oh, everywhere, of course. Yeah.
And teenage years are the roughest years of your life.
So hard, yeah.
So obviously with this platform, you got to have a lot of love, but you're also going to have a lot of hate, unfortunately. How do you deal with the negative side of things, not only at school, but also on social media?
I would say it's hard. I mean, especially when I first started, I was like, why are people being so rude? I didn't understand like why people were always like so hateful on the internet, especially behind a screen. But also in school, it's just like people are recording me, posting on their Snapchat private stories, like Harper Zilmer goes to my school, all of this. And I've learned to just kind of embrace it and be like, you know what? Like, that's cool. Like, this is like actually cool. People think I'm cool now. Like, like people think I'm cool because I have followers and all this. And not just that, it's also like, online people have the time of day to type out a hate message. Like, they don't have to do that. That means they actually care to type it out. So, that to me, it's like they care to type it out, so they care about me.
It's funny because every time someone comments on Instagram on like the radio station's page or iHeartRadio's page and they say nobody cares.
It's like you care to type it out.
Exactly. So you have a negative feeling towards it, but you care. And you know what you're also doing? You're engaging. And engagement wins.
And thanks for the money. I don't know, but yeah.
So you mentioned going to public school.
Yeah.
How was the transition for you over the last year and a half, 2 years?
I would say, so like when I first started becoming viral on TikTok and stuff like that, people were like, whoa, this is like really cool. I remember my first video, it was me being like weird. It was like, get ready with me. And I was like doing weird motions and all this stuff. And people were like, what is wrong with you, Harper? Like, they've always knew since I was younger, like, I'm like kind of a weird person. I do crazy things. Like, I'm really unhinged. But when I started posting on the internet, they were like, wow, this is like crazy, because she's actually like starting to become bigger and bigger. And I would say when I went into high school for the first time, because I've been doing this, it was the end of 8th grade to now, which I'm in junior year. So around 2 years, because like, I don't know, like, yeah, around 2 years. And when I walked into high school for the first time, people were like, oh my gosh, like, this is Harper Zilmer. And all the upperclassmen, they're all like, it's Harper Zilmer, it's Harper Zilmer. And I just remember feeling like kind of weird about it. I was just like, you know what, like, this is kind of weird, but I'm just going to live through it, because like, I don't know, I'm just a normal high school girl. Like, I'm no different than anybody else. I have a following, but that doesn't define me. So, yeah.
I love that, because I think that a lot of people, unfortunately,
do take it like,
are defined by their follower count or lack thereof sometimes.
Exactly.
I mean, we see it all the time in radio. Unfortunately, it'll be like, oh, how many followers do they have? And there's almost like this immediate opinion of the person, negatively or positively, based on this random number that happens to be on the top of their Instagram,
page,
TikTok. And I mean, at the end of the day, perception is reality. So when they see a certain number or they see certain things on social media, I think that people believe a certain thing. What is something that you think a lot of people don't know about you, the person?
I would say I feel like a lot of people do think that I'm like all that because I have all these followers, but really I do not want to seem like that at all. I don't want to seem like I'm all that. I'm literally not all that at all. I like, really, like, if you really got to know me, I am not. Like, I'm one of the weirdest people you'll probably ever meet. So a lot of people don't know that about me, but I'm also, I love like gaining followers and gaining new supporters every day, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, I do not like take all of that, all the followers, and put it in my ego. I don't try to do that. So I feel like that's like something that people don't know.
Is there someone who sent you love in the DMs that you were blown away and had to look at it like, wait, click, is this really this person? Oh my God.
I would say Haley Bailey. She's pretty big on TikTok and stuff like that, but I've always watched her since I was little, and she was like pretending to be my mom because we look alike, and I was like, no way she like slid into my DMs and was like, hey, like we should like do this online, like this little scandal thing. And then also Megan Trainor, she followed me like when I hit 1 million followers, and I was like, there's no way. Like that was the first person I was like, what? Like Megan Trainor, the girl who sings All About That Bass. Like I used to listen to that in the car with my mom. Like it was insane. So.
And let me say something. And I'm sure you've noticed this through the years of being in the game a little bit and meeting all these people. Not everybody is cool. Not everybody is nice. Megan Trainor is one of the nicest, purest people you will ever come across.
Have you met her?
Several times.
Bruh,
and she could not have been any nicer.
That's insane.
Megan Trainor is someone who, anytime I hear her name, I'm like, she's a good person.
So, no.
She deserves all the success.
I 100% agree, because she's, number one, so pretty. I always look up to her. And she also has a normal life, like a husband and kids and all that, and she doesn't take it for granted and all that.
So let's shift. While we're talking about Megan Trainor, we'll go back to the music side of things. So the name of the single out right now is
2000 and something.
And we could find it where?
Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, really all the socials, I would say.
And then, so I always like to ask people, because we're nearing the end of the summer, which means we're getting closer to the end of the year. Yeah. What can we expect from you for the rest of the year and beyond when it comes to the music side of things?
I would say if this video does good, or this music video, or just the song in general, I'm definitely going to still like be doing music either way. But if this is good, I really want to create an album and, you know, just start pursuing it more and start working on more music instead of just focusing on social media all the time. Of course, I'm still going to do it, but I think you could definitely expect some more singles or albums from me. So yeah.
Are you nervous to perform any of these songs in front of a live audience?
For sure. I would say I'm like embarrassed. I don't know, because I'm scared, like, what if I have a voice crack, or what if I do this? And it's so scary. But because this song is definitely like out of my vocal range. Well, I mean, it's not because I sang it, but like it's also like sometimes I have voice cracks during it. So it gets scary. But like I feel like if I get used to it and I start singing more in front of people, it will get better. So yeah.
So is there any particular song that you would like to cover when you start the performance aspect of your career?
I'm trying to think. I love Bruno Mars. I feel like he is definitely like, he's a guy, but he has a really high vocal range, and I love his songs, and I feel like I can, you know, sing those pretty well. So yeah. I
gotta say, I saw Chase. You mentioned him before, that you wrote with him and Pape. They sent me the video and the song in advance, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible. And this is actually a very high compliment. I didn't know what to expect. Yeah. Right? Anytime you have someone that's like an influencer that's dropping new music and has a video, you never know what to expect.
You never do, no.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Thank you.
And I literally was like, yo, I literally brought another coworker and I was like, check this out. Let me know what you think.
Oh my, thank you so much.
And they watched it, and that was before I told them all the stats that I memorized about the socials, and they had the exact same reaction. Because I think, unfortunately, there's a world nowadays where people believe if you have X amount of followers, you can easily kind of cross over into the music thing. And maybe you don't have the talent to warrant that.
But it still works for them, you know?
But you have the talent. And I want to give you your flowers that me and my other coworker were like, yo, this song's actually like, this is good. This is a good song. Video was cool. And I think the most important thing is to realize your age and know that you're not trying to be something that you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're also, you're not going to like, you're not trying to be this 30-year-old woman, but you're also not trying to be a 10-year-old.
10-year-olds, yeah.
So whatever your team is doing, it's working for you. So I just wanted to give you a flower to you and whoever else is in charge of everything that you're doing with this single rollout.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
It's all love. But one more time, Harper Zilmer.
Or Harper Zilmer.
Yeah, Harper Zilmer with Z100. Appreciate you, girl.
Thank you so much for having me. Bye, guys.
From the top of the Empire State Building.